Welcome to the news at Ryder. I'm Katie Blakeman. Here's Christine Gitch with your Ryder News.
Hi, I'm Christine Gitch with your news. A Poyta resident was reportedly assaulted November 9th. 5 men were seen fleeing campus in an unidentified car. The male student sustained minor injuries. We will update you with more information as it comes in. If you want to land at your dream job, make sure you dress the part. Tracy Hunt spoke to upcoming Ryder graduates about how important it is to find a career and hold on to it. Here's Ashley Michelle with more.
Hey guys, this is Ashley Michelle with the News at Ryder. Today we are in Daly's Lawrenceville room waiting on Tracy Hunt to begin her presentation on how to seal the deal after a job interview.
You're told, go to school, get an education, and then you need to get a job, right? But if you don't get all that stuff that happens in the middle right, it could cause you a bit of a challenge, correct? So I think that if we as professionals commit to giving you everything you need, giving you the inside scoop, so to speak, then it gives you a little bit of an advantage.
Hunt encourages students to remember that their image will be portrayed through the friends they have and the way they present themselves to others.
Ask yourself, what do you do? What do you say? Who do you hang out with? What are you doing that may not be conducive to your success? That could end up on any one of these social mediums. I'm a proponent of LinkedIn because I believe that you use an avenue that's designed to do what you need to do. Facebook, in my opinion, is so intermingled with personal life. I don't want anybody finding me relative to my personal life. Personally, I don't even need the people that know me finding me that well. You know, I don't like that much access, but everybody has their own thing. However, when it comes to my profession and wanting to have the ability to network and all those things, find the medium that's going to promote you in a positive light.
Hunt emphasizes awareness of what you allow others to see, hear, and know about you. Do that and you'll be sure to land your dream job.
And it's not a hard thing to do. They say it's simple, but it's not easy. Because who we are is who we are happy to be because we've decided this is who we want to be. But again, check yourself.
All right, Ryder students, now that you know what it takes to seal the deal, good luck.
Washington State may be the first state to ban the alcoholic energy drink Four Locos entirely, and the debate is whether or not Ryder is next in line. Reporter Monica Nazari asked students how they think the drink impacts campus.
Hi, this is Monica Nazari with the News at Ryder. Today I'm going to be interviewing students about the issue of the banning of Four Locos. All over the United States, people have been hospitalized after drinking Four Loko. Each can contains double the alcohol of a regular can of beer, and since it also has caffeine, drinkers are more likely to get sleepy or pass out. It's also cheap, so it's catching on with younger drinkers. What have you heard about Four Locos?
I've heard that they get you insanely drunk for cheap. That's all I know.
Do you think they should be banned?
Well, I think maybe they should be banned from college campuses, but in general, like legally from stores, I don't know about that. I think that's a little extreme.
What do you know about Four Locos?
It is an alcoholic beverage.
Okay, what's your opinion on banning the alcoholic drink?
It is harmful to society's teenagers, so I agree.
Do you think they should be banned?
Yes, I do. It's harmful to teenagers and also because they can't drink alcohol legally. So yes, it has to be banned.
What is your opinion on the drink Four Loko, and do you think it should be banned?
Well, I've just heard about this recently, and apparently kids are getting sick from it, and the idea of mixing alcohol with an energy drink just seems bad on its face. But I don't know too much about, I'm not a chemist, so I couldn't tell you if it really is bad. But I mean, if kids are getting sick and going to the hospital, and if some people are possibly dying, obviously it's something they need to look at right away.
The weather is officially getting colder, and that means students are preparing for stuffy noses and sore throats. Our very own Ashley Michelle spoke with Valerie Kamen about how the health center can help.
Hi and welcome to our first episode of What You Don't Know. I'm your host Ashley Michelle, and today we are going to talk about what you don't know about cold and flu season. Today we're here with Valerie Kamen, who is the Director of Student Health Services, and she's going to help us prevent and prepare ourselves from getting sick. Welcome, Valerie. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm just going to dive right in. This is the prime time for cold and flu season. What are the symptoms? What are the things that we should look for when we're getting sick?
Okay. Well, the thing about colds and flus that everybody really should know is that they're both viruses. And what viruses means is that we can't cure them. We as human beings don't know how to cure viruses. We can treat the symptoms, we can make vaccines, but we can't cure them. Colds and flus, although they're both viruses, look a little different. Now, you feel pretty miserable with both of them. But with colds, you usually start out with, like I like to say, you never feel your lymph nodes when you're healthy, but when you swallow and you feel something in your neck, that means you're getting sick, because that's your immune system. That's what should have kept you healthy, and when it fails, that's what's going to cure you. So you feel that first, then you get a sore throat, then you start to get a runny nose, a cough, and rarely will you ever have a fever with that. Now with flus, on the other hand, you can have similar symptoms, but they're much more pronounced and they're much more severe. Usually with a flu, unlike a cold, you'll get a high fever, you'll get a very bad cough, and the most important thing is you'll get body aches. And you feel like you were hit by a Mack truck. So you basically can't get out of bed with a flu. And that's why we tell everybody to get a flu shot to prevent it. Now, flu shots aren't quintessential. They're not going to stop you from getting the flu. They're only effective maybe 55–60% of the time, but it's all we have. And it's only effective against 3 strains of the flu virus, which there are many, many other strains. So the difference being colds, although you feel miserable, won't have the fever, and usually will have the runny nose, the cough, and blowing your nose and stuffy nose.
Okay, so if the student health center is closed and a student can't make it, what do you think they should do at home until they can make it to the center?
That's a very good question. You don't need to go to the emergency room with either the flu or the cold. What you should do is, as I tell most students, come to school with a thermometer so you're able to monitor your temperature. Come with cold medicines like Mucinex D. Come with cough medicine like Mucinex DM. And come with something that will help reduce a fever or body aches like Tylenol or ibuprofen. And when you start to get these symptoms, as I said, we can't cure it, treat the symptoms. When you have a sore throat, take ibuprofen or Tylenol. When you have a fever, take Tylenol. If you have a sore throat, gargle with salt water. Suck on lozenges. And the most important thing is to keep your body well hydrated. So your job is to drink so that you make sure that you keep well hydrated. So if you have those things in your arsenal, you'll be able to take care of yourself. And basically, unless you have a really high fever that doesn't go away and doesn't respond to we call pyretics, which takes away the fever, you don't have to go to the emergency room or a doctor. You can pretty much take care of those symptoms with those medications that I just described.
Okay, how many students, this season, every year, do you think come into the center?
Wow. I've worked here for almost 16 years now, and I can say this has been one of our busiest years yet. And every year we've been getting busier and busier, and I don't know why that is. I don't know why. Maybe it's because students are getting sicker, whether students don't want to take care of themselves. Maybe in the past they went to their own doctor, but we've been so busy this year, even before, we haven't really seen any flu yet. We've been seeing close to 45 students a day at the health center, which is a lot.
What are the health center's hours so they know when they can go?
On the Ryder campus, we're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. And on the Westminster campus, we're open, we stagger the hours. It's about 6 hours a day, mostly in the middle of the day, always in the middle of the day. So you can call the phone number to find out the exact hours.
That's all we have today for What You Don't Know, and now you know about cold and flu season. Thanks so much.
Now on to Kevin Whitehead with sports.
This is Kevin Whitehead with the news at Ryder. This week in sports, the field hockey team won both NEC championship games, defeating Quinnipiac 4-2 in the semifinals, and then shut out rival Monmouth 1-0. Reporter Mike O'Brien and videographer Andrew Gray were there to cover the semifinal victory.
Yeah, the first goal was absolutely important. It got us up ahead of the game, got our momentum going, and then we got the second one. That was also a good momentum goer. So we just needed to keep putting the goals in, and especially when they got one back on us, we were only up by 1. We just had to keep coming hard. So all the goals were extremely important.
It felt great. We have a great team, and we're looking forward for tomorrow because we have a great chance to win, and we can go and get into the NCAA tournament.
The clutch moment of the game came with that penalty shot with 5 minutes to go. How did you feel about taking that pressure shot?
It's always a pressure, but you just need to, I guess, shoot it thinking that it's going to go in and there's no goal in there.
We knew going into the game that it was going to be a tough game because we had played them earlier in the season and we had to go into overtime to beat them. And they're always, we've always had great rivalry with them, and it's always been a team who wanted to most won the game. So we didn't take anything for granted this year, and the fact that we knew it was going to be a tough game.
In the championship game versus Monmouth, freshman Alicia Govenici scored the game-winning goal with just 3 minutes left in regulation. Unfortunately, their season came to an end on Tuesday, November 9th, when they lost to Albany 2-1 in NCAA Division I playing game. Tune into our next show to see our special tribute to the 2010 NEC champions. In the championship game versus Monmouth, freshman Alicia Govenici scored the game-winning goal with just 3 minutes left in regulation. Unfortunately, their season came to an end on Tuesday, November 9th, when they lost to Albany 2-1 in the NCAA Division I tournament playing game. Tune into our next show to see our special tribute to the 2010 NEC champions. The basketball season unofficially started on Sunday, November 7th, when the women's team defeated Westchester University in overtime by a score of 78-71. Sophomore Alyssa Parsons scored 8 of their 18 points in overtime. Parsons, who missed the 2009-2010 season, was able to make 9 out of her 10 foul shots throughout the game. Overtime was made possible by sophomore Shireen Lightbourne, who tied the game with a little over 3 minutes left in the second half. Lightbourne was able to tie the score 14 times throughout the game, while also coming out with 5 points, 2 steals, and 5 rebounds. Junior Sarah Homan scored 20 points for the Lady Broncs. Throughout the first half, the Lady Broncs dominated the court, with many layups, tremendous steals, and making almost all of their foul shots. The team played well both offensively and defensively, and should have no problem being victorious throughout the regular season. For more information on upcoming games, please log on to www.gobronx.com. That's all for sports. Now on to Caitlin for the week's latest fashion report.
Hey there, Rider Bronx. I'm Caitlin McIntyre with the latest scoop on holiday fashion trends. With Black Friday quickly approaching, freshman reporter Diana Jebbia traveled off campus to Bordentown, New Jersey to a vintage boutique to search for unique clothing choices to spice up your wardrobe for the holiday season. Let's take a look at what she found.
I'm Diana Jebbia from the News at Rider, and this week we came to Bordentown, New Jersey to find you all the latest holiday trends, especially when it comes to Black Friday.
Rebecca's Vintage Boutique and Consignment is located on 225 Farnsworth Avenue in Bordentown, New Jersey. They've been open for about 2 years. Rebecca and Roberta, owners of the boutique, shared their ideas for hot holiday trends they thought were in the season. They include furs, trims, scarves, and other vintage accents. Their most popular selling items are their hot designer handbags like the ones shown here. This posh boutique carries hot-selling designers such as Sue Wong, Chico, Ralph Lauren, Talbots, Eileen Fisher, Dolce & Gabbana, Coach, Dooney & Burke, and Betsy Johnson. Rebecca's also carries a wide variety of vintage hats to suit any occasion.
Oh, it's so pretty! Yeah, we gotta mend that. love it. So whether you're looking for a classy holiday dress or a one-of-a-kind pair of cat's eyeglasses to spark up your look, Rebecca's has it all. Hopefully the ladies at Rebecca's have taught you a thing or two about holiday trends. If you're interested in finding out more about vintage trends, just go to their fashion show on Black Friday at Jester's Cafe here in Bordertown.
Sounds like a vintage look is something you don't want to pass up this winter season. Thanks again to the ladies of Rebecca's Vintage Boutique and Consignment for their helpful fashion tips.
That's all we have for this week. Thanks for watching the News at Rider. Have a great day.